Hello everyone. Today I'm going to share with you tips on mindful leadership while working from home. My name is Neha Malhotra and I'm on a mission to help small and medium enterprises build a healthy work culture. Driving results while working from home is a challenging task because of various barriers that we face while working from home. It leads to increased arguments, raised voices, and hence spoiled relationships. I'm going to share some common scenarios that are happening these days in the teams and how the managers and the leaders can deal with these situations in a better way so as to maintain healthy relationships. I think one of the most common scenarios these days is the outcome is not as expected by the manager. So when the manager gets what he had asked for and it is not as per his expectations, he feels angry. And this is something that used to happen normally also when we were not working from home. However, why I picked up this point is because the frequency has increased. It's not easy to really communicate because of the communication barriers that have increased now while working from home. In such a scenario, invariably, if the manager sees that the outcome is just not as expected, he will just pick up the phone and shout at the employee. Or if he will not shout, in most of the cases, you end up having some kind of an argument with the employee. I would suggest, as a mindful leader, it is important first to understand and recognize your feeling of anger. When you feel angry, accept that yes, you are feeling angry. And then take a few deep breaths. And when you call up your employee, I suggest first ask her what is the outcome that she was expecting when she was given the work. You will be surprised to know it was a sheer case of miscommunication. She had actually understood what she has submitted right now. Do you think she needs to be blamed for this? Think about it. Miscommunication does not mean that either you were at fault or the employee was at fault. So there's a famous quote by George Bernard Shaw that the biggest challenge with communication is the illusion that it has taken place. Second most common scenario is that the manager keeps calling the employee and employee does not attend the call. Manager has been frantically calling for half an hour, but there was no response. I'm sure in such a scenario, manager is frustrated. Again, I would suggest recognize your feeling of frustration. Accept that you are feeling frustrated. Now, think about the thought that is coming to your mind. I think mostly the thought that you would be having is that my employee is not taking the call because he is avoiding it since he hasn't finished his work. If that's the thought, challenge your thought by asking, is it true? Is there an evidence to it? Second question that you can ask is, do I have any control over it? Can I change this situation? Answer to both the questions would be no. And believe me, by just posing these two questions to yourself against your thought would help you bring down the intensity of frustration. And that's when you talk to your employee next, when he or she calls you up, you should be able to express how you felt in last half an hour. Tell your employee, I felt really frustrated when you did not take the call because we need to submit the report in next half an hour. Believe me, your employee will understand the situation and would be more responsible the next time. Vis-a-vis, if you shout at the employee, there are high chances that the same incident will be repeated. The third scenario, if you see that someone's performance has deteriorated, I suggest instead of reprimanding or shouting or blaming that person, please have a casual coffee chat virtually with her and ask her if she's facing any challenges back home. How is she managing both work and home? And if she says she's finding it difficult, find a way out for a better work life integration which works both for the team as well as for her. In my next video, I'm going to talk about how can you prevent these situations. If you want more valuable information, subscribe to my channel. Till we meet again, thank you. Bye-bye.